Buddy System is a competitive game where two players are pitted up against immense enemies set forth by one lone player looking to defeat anyone who enters the arena. Some things have changed, but Buddy System is still a top-down perspective and enemy combat still works the same. But now, this is a 2v1 arena game where two players will fight waves of enemies while the other player is creating and placing these enemies in the arena how they please, making this a more competitive game mode. This type of game mode resembles Fable 4. The overall theme will be medieval fantasy. Enemy themes are conditioned to play more like Cuphead enemies with different states. The game mode theme can lean towards how Fable 4 showed their multiplayer, and the gameplay theme is a mix between these two. But a new player is being added, creating new actions. We are still holding the core mechanics in the arena players, being able to attack, dash, jump slam, transform into a ball, and fire a beam. But now, there's an added player that can create enemies and place them in the arena. And the goals for the player placing enemies is for their minions placed to defeat the other two players in the arenas. And vice versa for the other players. If they were to defeat all the enemies and the player placing them is out of points, then that's a victory. There's not many rules, but the players placing enemies can't go past the given points, and the players in the arena must defeat all the enemies. The enemies work the same with how they require both players to be defeated. If the enemies need to be dashed into and then attacked, that's what the players need to do. Added features to the enemies is how a player actually determines the states and how many needed. This really creates a different gameplay experience from my last pitch. This new system is a 2v1. The two players in the arena will be fighting off the enemies that their opponent has created. The one player creating the enemies has a set number of points and can choose how they spend them. For example, this player may start with 4 points. Each color on the screen requests another state. Red being a dash state, orange is a ball being thrown into the enemy state, blue hit with a fire beam, and green is a jump slam. The player may choose red and blue together, which would then require the player to use their fire beam and then dash into the enemy. Then match orange and green, creating a new needed combo to defeat this enemy. Or the player can match all 4, taking 1 point each and creating one big enemy. This is a decision players will make, deciding to make one big enemy or 2 small. The in-arena players need to decide where to set up and stand their attack. Games that can be compared are Cuphead and Fable from what we've seen. Risk is this type of wave system, can become very repetitive, so balancing that is a risk. This has been Buddy System. Thanks for watching.